Pizzaholics, you asked for it. I'm doing it. After all, we run a democracy on this channel. You guys asked me to review something, I'm inclined to oblige. And so, you wanted me to do it, I'm gonna do it. The One-Bite frozen pizza. You guys wanted me to review this thing. I can't tell you how many people have been telling me week after week, review the One-Bite frozen pizza, please. I admit I wasn't really the most motivated to do it. I don't like frozen pizza. I have reviewed frozen pizza on this channel before. There are times when I do opt for a frozen pizza. I got one, and I got the pepperoni one. Unfortunately, that's all they had, guys. That's all they had. I visited Walmart twice. I made the trip into New Jersey twice because, as you know, there are no Walmarts in New York City. They're not allowed to open up in New York City, so I had to go to Jersey, right over the bridge. I'm in Staten Island. It wasn't a big deal. I had to pay a toll, but I went twice. The first time I went, all they had were the pepperonis. Sold out of the cheese. And I said, all right, forget it. I'll go back another time. And which I did. I went back the other day, again, sold out of the cheese. All they had was the pepperoni. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the pepperonis off the pizza when I review it. Let's pop this baby in the oven. Hey, Dave, look, on the frozen pizza scale, he gave it a 10. Pepperoni scattered throughout. What do you say we take it off? I'll leave it on half, guys. I'll leave it on half. I like how the pepperoni is not kind of stuck to the pizza. It was very easy to remove, which is a big plus because, again, I was concerned that the pepperoni would interfere with the overall taste of the pizza. And I must say, the pepperoni seems pretty good. Oven's preheated, 450 degrees, center rack. "15 minutes to go. All right. Oh, it feels nice and crisp. Look at that, guys. Nothing is wobbling. When I cut it, it seemed really crispy. I'm hoping that there's a decent amount of volume in the middle and it's not just cheese and sauce on a cracker. Okay, guys, before I take a bite, I feel like I should read off the ingredients list. It's a frozen pizza, guys. It's a frozen pizza. And it does say here contains bioengineered food products. There are enzymes in it, you know, the dough conditioners, calcium chloride, the lactic acid, the enzymes and all that, the cellulose, the cheese cultures, but I don't see anything, I don't see any fillers when it comes to the cheese, guys. I see here, it's got the Parmigiano on it, the mozzarella, and it just says part skim milk, cheese cultures, and that's it. So that's a good thing, guys, because a lot of frozen pizzas are made with fillers. The cheese is actually laden with cellulose, and there is cellulose here which prevents the caking. There's no food starch, there's no modified food starch or any of that stuff which kind of acts as a filler for cheese in many frozen pizzas. So you're not getting that here. So let's see how it tastes, guys. It cooled down a little bit. It was really hot coming out of the oven. I had to let it cool down. Not a flimsy pizza at all, very firm. Got some volume in it. So let's take a bite and give it a score. It's pretty good frozen pizza, but it's frozen pizza. The sauce is pasty. It's, you know, it's a frozen pizza, guys. All right, guys, what do you say we move on into the lab for a closer look at Davy Bar Pies? One-Bite pizza, frozen pizza. I'm going to make it quick, guys. There's really very little to talk about. Crust was, better than Elio's, better than Red Baron. It was okay. It was nice and crispy, obviously, and it had some volume. For a thin crust, it had some volume. You're getting a little soft center. Of course, it's not the airiest thing in the world. It's closer to a cracker than bread, but not exactly a cracker, guys. Thin, crispy, but not exactly a cracker, so that's a plus. I was happy with that. The sauce was the issue, guys. He could have used some more tomato sauce on this thing. It's very much a cheese pizza, very New Yorkish. Nice char marks on the cheese. Again, I read off the ingredients list. Good cheese, nothing, no starches or anything filled into it. So that's a plus. If you love pepperoni, you're gonna like that pepperoni. It had some really good flavor, I must say. And my favorite frozen pizza in the world, guys. I've reviewed it on this channel. Go check it out if you haven't. Lou Malnati's, the famous Chicago pizza. That pizza was phenomenal. It tasted really good. The sauce tasted very good despite being frozen. And it proved that sauce can hold up well after being frozen for quite a bit of time. Dave absolutely kind of fashioned this pizza after a bar-style pizza. The crust wasn't pliable. It cracks on the bend. It doesn't crackle. And if you're asking why don't I really appreciate bar-style pizza, well, I feel like the expertise required to create the crusts on most of the bar pizzas I've had, perhaps not all, but at least the ones I've had, the expertise necessary to engineer a bar-style pizza crust is limited. You don't need to be an expert bread maker to engineer a bar-style pizza crust. I feel like those crusts are very basic and do not require any skill or sacrifice time and ingredients to produce. All right, guys, it's about that time. The pizza gets cold. We give it another fold. This thing is so crispy. It's clear that Dave Portnoy put a lot of emphasis on the crisp factor and the crunch factor. The guy is very big on crisp. He loves crispy pizza. And when he consulted with the chefs who made this formula here, who formulated this pizza, I would assume that he made sure to let them know that he wanted this thing to come out as stiff as a board when it came out of the oven. And as it cools, it remains as stiff as a board. Very crunchy. Does it hold up after cooling down? Does it retain its crunch? And so, for the 2-cheese, 1-bite frozen pizza, 6.1. Davey boy, you got yourself a 6.1, my man. Pretty decent pizza. Put it on the frozen scale if you want. I never factor in the price of a pizza, but if you were to factor in a price, $6.50 is pretty good. $6.50 is what I paid here in New Jersey, at the Walmart in New Jersey, right over the bridge, and 6.1 on the frozen pizza scale. Guys, and as for the pepperoni, if I were to rate this on the frozen pizza scale and compare it to other pepperoni pizzas that I've had, frozen, Red Baron, whatever brand, Elio's, Paul Newman, and I've had them. I don't have them enough, but I've had them. I gotta say, guys, the pepperoni, the quality of this pepperoni supersedes that of many frozen pizzas. The pepperoni that you'll find on many frozen pizzas. It was very spicy. It had some, it wasn't rubbery or anything like that, I was impressed by it, I must say. So I'll go 6.8 on the frozen pizza scale for the pepperoni 1-bite pizza. I think the pepperoni really helped juice this thing up because it was really undersauced. So the pepperoni really gave it a nice kick in the buttocks. That's a review, guys. Hope you like this one. Smash that like, hit that subscribe button. Check out my Instagram page if you haven't already. If you want a behind the scenes look on this channel, for this channel, what I cook when I'm not eating pizza, what I'm doing when I'm not traveling and things like that, yeah, check me out on Instagram. get to know me a little more on a personal level, guys. So smash that like, I would appreciate it. And the common question of the day is, what's your favorite frozen pizza? And if you had this, what do you think about it? I'd like to know. So until next time, keep your bellies full, folks. This is Antonio signing off.